Great. Let's focus on entry-level HVAC or apprentice roles. Here's the first question. Can you tell me a little about yourself and your work experience?
So I have over 3 years plumbing experience, and I just recently completed an HVAC training with St. Nick's Alliance. It consisted of a 7-week training, 2 weeks in a class setting, 5 weeks hands-on training where I also learned electrical. And the HVAC field really interested me. So I would like to learn and show somebody experience within the field and learn.
That was a strong response. You did a great job highlighting your plumbing experience and the training you completed, which shows your commitment to transitioning into the HVAC field. Here's some feedback.
Right.
For improvement, you might want to organize your thoughts a bit more, perhaps by starting with your training, then your hands-on experience, and finishing with your enthusiasm for learning in the field. Would you like to try answering again or move to the next question?
That was Travis, practicing for an interview. Travis came to CEO just days after being released from prison. He worked hard in the program and was gearing up for a big opportunity. High stakes for any of us, but for Travis, with a criminal conviction, a 6-year gap in his resume, he had a pit in his stomach. I need just a little more practice. I have to nail this. Travis is one of the nearly 600,000 Americans who came home from prison last year, frequently to communities with little and sometimes almost no reentry services. The poverty, the desperation, the recidivism that costs us billions, it's not a product of individual moral failings. It's the consequences of generations of underinvestment in reentry. We must have a bold vision and response. Anyone coming home from prison who wants a job should have a job. And we know what it takes. Empathic, human-centered interactions delivered at scale. People helping people. Now, maybe you could tell that in that clip, Travis was talking to agentic AI. Maybe you couldn't. But did you know he was doing that the night before the interview from his apartment, dialing in on a phone? Why does that matter? Engagement. At CEO, we've learned that as soon as we ask someone to download an app, remember a password, we lose about 80% of individuals. The phone meets them where they are. What's more, and here's the real unlock, prisons and jails, they don't allow Wi-Fi, but they do have phones. Imagine we could reach, through voice coaching, those 600,000 people every year before they come home. Tools like this are necessary because people, our most important resource when it comes to engagement, aren't available nights and weekends, aren't always available the exact moment when someone like Travis needs support. Reentry in this country is a patchwork of services that needs a bold rethreading with public sector investment. But in the near term, technology can help fill gaps in 3 ways. First, people need more support than we can currently offer. That voice coaching tool you heard, it's one example. It's showing strong early results, a 15% increase in job placements. Imagine, though, the other use cases around navigating transportation, housing, benefits access. Think of what we could unlock in rural communities where there's almost no services. Second, reentry workers, our staff, need support in supporting people coming home. The situations they face can be difficult, stressful. Voice coaching can allow them to practice again, and again the hardest scenarios so they can go in with confidence and maintain engagement. We built a tool to help practice motivational interviewing. It's a key behavior change technique and saw a 10% increase in competency in just a single hour of use with a voice coach. Third, our staff are drowning in admin work. Our best coaches are spending so much time manually entering information to databases. Does this fill anyone here with dread? Any former caseworkers in the room? Well, imagine, instead of spending hours a week documenting case notes, you simply hit play at the beginning of the session. When the session was over, it automatically generated the detailed case note with clear next steps and an action plan. It even gave you feedback on things you did well and areas for improvement. This feedback resonates with me. It says the coach could talk slower and leave more room for conversation. I'm excited by the prospects of these tools, but I want to issue 2 challenges for us all to commit to. First, AI is not a cheat code to scale. It may be tempting for us to serve tens of thousands of people with these technologies, but we have to insist that AI supplement and not supplant the core human-centered work that we know is so effective. Second, we can't fail fast. Because in the justice system, when we do, someone may lose their liberty or get hurt. Quick case study. We built a voice coaching tool for people coming home from prison before their parole board hearings. It's a high-stakes encounter where their liberty is on the line. They often go in underprepared and lacking confidence. If they could just tell their story with more credibility, maybe they could win their freedom. But also, what if parole board members said people sounded scripted and used that as a justification to deny more people their freedom? Those of us who've worked in this space have seen things like that happen before. But if we aren't asking these hard questions, who will? It's the social sector leaders in the room, it's the directly impacted people around the country who must be at the forefront of this dialogue. We are the necessary leaders. We are the necessary leaders who must insist and interrogate whether an AI does more harm or good. We are the necessary leaders who must insist on the centrality of human-centered work. I want to come full scale back to Travis. He got the job. He credits voice coaching as being instrumental in that process, and he thrived for 6 months in that new company. Slowly, though, they started to lose contracts and his hours were cut back. A few weeks ago, Travis lost his job. There isn't an AI for that moment. But there is a Robert, there is a Madeline, there's a Dane, the staff at CEO who brought him back into the program, made sure his basic needs were met, and are now lining up new interviews with him. If we can combine these 2 things, the profound power of people helping people and technology that makes their work just a little bit better, a little bit easier, and a little bit more effective, we can achieve that bold vision of ensuring anyone coming home from prison who wants a job can have one. Thank you.